Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard, welcome back, welcome home. As always, completely and fully dependent on where you are in relation to this channel, these messages, this energy, and this week. So this is the week of Monday, the 4th of April through Sunday, the 10th of April. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Let's just dig in. Wow, okay. Monday, we start with the Taurus moon, and we have a lot of action. We have Mars conjunct Saturn with an exact square to the north node, and the moon sextiling Jupiter and Neptune trining Pluto. That sounds like a lot, doesn't it? It is. It really is. So here's the deal. What I would like to say is that let's talk for a second about Mars. I've had this conversation before, but I want to say it again, right? When we talk about Mars conjunct Saturn, and Mars is traditionally the planet of aggression and war and violence, and Saturn is the planet of consequences, right? So here's the deal. I would like to invite you to widen your interpretation of Mars, right? We have a Greco-Roman spin to the energy of Mars, which means that we want to witness it in a game theory kind of way, right? There's a win, there's a lose, there's a battle, there's a struggle, there's swords and weapons and danger and death and destruction. Yes, we can absolutely interpret it that way. But we can also interpret Mars as how we accomplish things, right? We can interpret Mars as compassionate service. We can interpret Mars as heart-driven action, right? It does not have to be about aggression and war and struggle. So switch your interpretation, maybe feel how it feels, right? Saturn is about getting things done. It's about the power to create, right? So here's the deal. We've got all these, we have a lot of squares to the moon, right? The moon squares Mars, squares Saturn, squares Venus, you know, but also sextiles Jupiter and Neptune, adding a little bit of blurry edge, a little bit of expansion to the event horizon, right? And also trining Pluto, right? Allowing you to create exactly what you want before moving into Gemini later in the evening. So here's the deal. You have the power to create, right? Be in your flow, right? This is a Taurus moon day. So your invitation is to not be rigid, is to be in that beautiful earthly 3D flow, expanding as your divine connection, right? Wow. Okay, interesting. Right. And as the moon aspects the node, this is a hinge point, right? It can be a hinge point if you create it that way, if you allow it that way. On Tuesday, Venus moves into Pisces, right? Dreams may come to you, ideals, visions, right? That blurring of the event horizon, right? Bringing a little bit of perspective into that reality, into closer alignment, right? With the highest visions and highest ideals. Jupiter and Neptune are already in Pisces, amplifying that capacity, right? So with Mars squaring the nodal axis, you can witness this as frustrating, I just don't understand, or as really enabling your manifestation capabilities. Oh, I see that, I can create it. So choose wisely, right? And as the moon is sextile Chiron, really be mindful of choosing wisely. Don't overthink it. Don't overfeel it. Just be in it, right? Speak your healing, right? We talked last week about you can choose to speak your healing or choose to speak your pain. You can. You can choose to speak your healing. You can choose to speak your pain. You can choose to speak them both. It's really okay. As long as you're in it. As long as you're in it all the way. On Wednesday, we have a Gemini moon, right? Sextiling the sun, Mercury, trining Saturn, squaring Jupiter and Neptune, trining Mars. So here's the deal. If you went to bed overthinking or overfeeling, you're going to wake up feeling the same way, right? So you might feel a little bit frustrated in your get shit done capacities on Wednesday. You might feel a little foggy. You might feel a little blurry in the way that you're just not there, just not present, right? So here's the deal. We've got that moon trining Saturn and Mars. Go on autopilot. Put yourself on autopilot. You know, sometimes muscle memory will help you get things done in a way that grind won't, right? Just be in the flow, let it happen. And as Mercury sextiles Mars and the moon sextiles Mercury, just get out of your own way, right? Just let it happen. Just do it. Just let it be whatever it's going to be. With that Gemini moon, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. You're going to want to. You're going to want to overthink it, and you're also going to want to tell yourself a story about it. Don't believe your own bullshit. Don't believe your own bullshit. Because with that square to Neptune and Jupiter, if you believe your own bullshit, you're going to amplify your own bullshit. So be mindful. On Thursday, the moon is in conjunct Pluto. Yes, yes, yes. And then Mercury in Aries, sextile Saturn. The moon moves into Cancer and then trines Venus. So we have Mercury sextiling Saturn, right? And the moon in conjunct Pluto. Your words are going to matter. The story that you're feeling and the seeds that you're planting, right? This is what you're creating. And as the moon is in Cancer, it's really, again, about what feels like home. And as that moon is trining Venus, this might be a day of, I am going to say, this might be a really emotional day. This might be a waterworks kind of day, a heartstring day, a day where you just get those prickles in your eyes and you're not really sure what's going on in your heart. But here's the deal. You know by how it feels. Your heart cannot lie to you. Your emotions, your feelings cannot lie to you. Your emotions can. Your feelings cannot. So go with your feelings, right? Feel into what you're feeling and see what you're being asked to create, right? As that moon trines Venus in those beautiful water signs of Cancer and Pisces, right? Yeah. On Friday, the moon, Cancer moon, squares Chiron. And then Mercury sextiles Mars. And then we have a little excitement in the afternoon as the moon sextiles Uranus. So here's the deal, right? Jupiter and Neptune are sextiling the North Node also. So this is like confidence in your future. Confidence in your... Whoa, hey, I saw you. Confidence in your power. Okay. In your power to create, right? In your power to create either utopia or the shit show. Again, figure this out. What you call in is what you get. Also, we have Mercury sextiling Mars. What you call in is what you get, right? So with this square, right, we've got Pluto amping that up, first of all. Jupiter and Neptune in the North Node. Pluto is giving it a boost, right? And then we have that square to Mars and Saturn, creating maybe a little bit of frustration, right? Again, if you're calling it, if you've been calling in the shit show and you've been getting the shit show, this is a time to really kind of be aware of that. And as the moon squares Chiron, your heart might want to tell you that you can't create those things, right? But it might tell you that you can. It might tell you that you can create those things, right? Your heart is going to tell you that you can create them. Moon in Cancer, heck yes, you can. Moon square Chiron might tell you that you can't. So here's the deal. by afternoon, when the moon sextiles Uranus, that's where your difference is going to come in, right? So if you tell yourself you can, if you tell yourself you can't, either way you're right, right? We know this little song and dance. So be mindful of what you're telling yourself, please, because it's going to shape your experience and your future. On Saturday, woo, okay, listen, there's a whole lot. We've got a moon-Pluto opposition. We've got a lot of squares, but we do have a beautiful moon trine, Jupiter and Neptune, right? She is conjunct Saturn and Mars, right? Before, like almost overnight, moving into Leo. But here's the deal. The day is ruled by a beautiful square to the, wow, to the sun. Okay, hello, friends. We don't have anything in here yet. So this Cancer moon is about home and feelings, right? You might wake up kind of disconnected, right, as that moon is squaring the sun. You might feel very at odds with your 3D experience. You may feel at odds with your heart. And if you do, that is an invitation, right? Thank you. As we have that trine to Jupiter and Neptune, right? This is about your ideals, your fulfillment, your contentment. Here's the deal. As always, you know, right? The answer to the question, the only question that's important, which is, are you aligned? Are you in alignment? Hello, friend. Are you in alignment? And as the moon opposes Pluto, here's what I do want to tell you. If you're not in alignment, that shit ain't gonna stand anymore. That's a blow you apart transit, this moon opposed to Pluto. So get right with it, especially as the moon moves into Leo overnight, right? This is about your story. And here's an important thing, that Leo moon is going to trine Chiron. Don't be a martyr, right? Level up, level up. So on Sunday, Mercury squares Pluto. Big deal, right? And then Mercury is going to move into Taurus. In the meantime, that Leo moon goes indirect with Venus and then trines Chiron. What are you telling? What's your story? What's your narrative? Here's the thing. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of earth. I'm going to advise you to explore that gently, right? Gently. Lead with that Venus in Pisces. Lead with the gentleness of that energy. Lead with the, lead with compassion. Lead with love as you do that exploration. Because your internal expressions, right? What you speak with Mercury squaring Pluto, what you say is not going to cut it, right? What you feel is going to be your true north, your beacon, right? And as Mercury slides into Taurus, do not be so rigid in your story, especially as the moon trines Chiron. Don't be a martyr. Don't be a martyr to your need to be right. Level up. Right? Lose your complexes. Simplify your complexes. Yeah. Okay, let's talk. Monday. So we've got the High Priestess and the Page of Swords. So this is about intuition and cutting through the nonsense of your intuition, right? We talked about this. This is the day that Mars is conjunct Saturn, right? We talked about this as the day that you really get to choose where you are in relation to power. Do you see how these cards ask you to do that, right? The High Priestess, your intuition, right? What you know to be right. The Page of Swords, different ways to interpret and hold space for your expression of the truth, right? How are you going to use this sword? Are you going to use this sword as an aggression point? Or are you going to use it as a stand of truth? You get to choose, right? You can be in your flow. You can expand as your divine connectedness, right? Or you can choose to get shit done in a way that makes you feel and believe that you're aggressive and powerful and have to be right. Or you can just serve your highest truth, right? Right. Remember, the moon is the moon is aspecting the North Node, right? This is a hinge point day. On Tuesday, Venus moves into Pisces, lovely, right? And then the moon also sextiles Chiron, but not till late at night. So we have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands, right? Super passionate, super motivated, very sensual energy, very, that's the juice of life, right? This is about what gets you moving, what gets your feet on the floor in the morning, what sparks you to move through the world in a passionate way, right? Wands is fire energy. So what are you doing, right? And as Venus moves into Pisces, she's got all of those beautiful watery resources at her disposal, right? Emotional connection to your 3D manifestation. Well, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Anything that you're doing that's been out of alignment, you're going to figure out immediately exactly how to get this into alignment. Right? Venus rules Taurus and Libra, but Taurus as well, right? Taurus being the primary earth sign, Ace of Pentacles. Here's a beautiful way. Guess what? Let's go ahead and align with your vision, your highest vision, right? Because this is really about what your highest vision is. She's got that wand. She knows exactly what's getting her motivated, exactly what she's being asked to do, right? Exactly where her feminine connection is in this world of sensuality, right? 5 senses. How are you experiencing this world? What new ways do you have the opportunity to bring in and amplify, right? What is your greatest capacity to witness yourself as that, face first living? Don't overthink it, don't overfeel it, but wow, feel it and get right with it. On Wednesday, we talked about this, right? This is Knight of Wands, all right? So a little kinship energy here. And then the Ten of Pentacles. So the Knight of Wands is how we take these ideas here, right, and put them into action. Knight of Wands is all about moving forward with that juice, right? I am motivated, I am passionate, and this is what I'm going to do. Well, I do quite often say motivation doesn't really get you anywhere. It's about dedication. Right? It's about dedication. And so if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling a little foggy, remember we talked about autopilot being the best option, right? As Mercury sextiles Mars, as the moon sextiles Mercury, right? As we have those beautiful moon trine Saturn and Mars, right? So just do it. Get out of your own way. Just do it. So usually, well, I'm not going to say usually, but I will say sometimes the Knight of Wands energy is a little bit reckless. He's a little bit thoughtless. He's a little bit bull in a china shop, right? But we've got the Ten of Pentacles here clarifying him. So this is really about deliberate forward movement. This is about understanding what your vision is, what you're working for, where you're putting your energy, right? So when you're just doing it, if you know your why, you can get out of your own way and just do it. Right? So if you have your vision, if your why is first and foremost primary, if that's your, what do you call it? Your true north. Thank you. Right? He's got the true north right there. If you know what your true north is, then you can spend all of your energy following that. If you are out of alignment, you are foggy. If you are out of alignment, you're in your own way. So figure it out, right? Give your energy to what you want, not what you don't want. Otherwise, you're spinning your wheels. I mean, guys, do you see these cards? This is amazing. Thursday, Mercury sextiles Saturn. The moon moves into Cancer, right? And then trines Venus. We've got an early quincunx to Pluto. So the story, right, that you're feeling, the seeds you're planting, this is what you're creating. And as we have that moon in Cancer, we talked about this might be a day of emotional revelation. You might feel emotional. And that's okay, because your heart can't lie to you. Look, we've got the Six of Wands, we've got the Empress. Okay, you see how they're twinning here, right? Completely and totally. So let's just amplify this energy. Six of Wands is victory, it's accomplishment, it's It is receiving your rewards, right? It is moving forward in victory. The Empress, she is the sum of all queens, right? The embodiment of all queens. She is fertility. She's abundance. She is everything planted, right? Will bloom, will grow, will flourish. So this is really about understanding that when you know that you're planting your heart's truth, you're going to move right toward it. Right? You cannot help but win when you're planting what you require, what you desire, right? We'll pull that from last week. If you got right with all those things and you're understanding where your why is, right? And all of the ways that your passion can drive you forward, can invite you forward, can pull you forward, because you're listening to your intuition, then there's absolutely nothing. There's no way that what you're planting is not going to bloom, flourish, take over your life. But if you're in alignment with your heart cannot lie to you. That's how you get where you're going, right? On Friday, right, that beautiful Cancer moon squares Chiron, and Mercury sextiles Mars, and then that fabulous Cancer moon. Can you tell I have a Cancer moon? Sextiles Uranus, right, in the afternoon, letting you shake it up, right, letting you shake it up. Because that Mercury sextiling Mars is going to say, we're going to talk about it. We might talk a big game, especially with Mercury in Aries, right? But it's really going to be that moon sextiling Uranus that gives you the shake, right, to shake it loose and get things moving. Again, remember, please, that Neptune and Jupiter are sextiling the North Node. This is about confidence in your future, right? Your power to create, especially with Pluto amping things up. So here's the deal. We have the King of Pentacles. Listen up. The King of Pentacles is about knowing where your resources are, understanding what you have, and understanding that you don't have to work for it, right? You've got it simply because you're creating it. You're creating it back here. You're creating it in your every single day life. And you know that there's no way you can fail, right? You can't fail. You have all of your resources. They're all right there. The Ace of Swords gives you the opportunity to shift and change your story, right? So with Mercury sextiling Mars, right, what you're telling yourself, right? We talked about this as being the whether you can or whether you can't day, right? Whether you can or whether you can't. You're right. And then we have Uranus, right? Sextiling the moon, making that difference. The new idea, the aha, the eureka, whatever it is, whatever that is going to be for you today, that gives you the idea of how you can create, right? How you can create that future. Neptune and Jupiter sextiling the North Node. The King of Pentacles is a badass. He is super powerful. He is a great manifester. He has no questions. He has no, there is no chink in his armor, right? He's not worrying about, oh gosh, can I create this? No, that is not what the King of Pentacles is about. The Ace of Swords just gives him, hey, a brand new idea, right? Tell yourself you can. Tell yourself you can, because you can. It's that simple. On Saturday. Woo! Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Cups. So the Three of Pentacles is about mastery. It's about collaboration. It's about working together. It is about learning new skills, perhaps from someone else. It's about really stepping into your expanded awareness of how you can accomplish what you want to accomplish. And then the Queen of Cups, she's the embodiment of all of this beautiful emotional energy. She is literally walking love, right? So we have this Cancer moon, right? Home, feelings. So any way that you are disconnected from, right? How you are creating your 3D experience. How are you creating your 3D experience? Is it in alignment with your highest good, right? Moon opposed to Pluto. Are you aligned? Are you aligned? Are you? What are you creating? What are you learning? What are you collaborating on? And here's the deal. If it's not filling your cup, it is not going to stand, right? We talked about this. Moon opposed to Pluto. If you're not loving what you're creating in your life, you might as well stop right now. Literally, you might as well stop right now and figure out a way to get down with the thing that will fill your cup. End of story. Every time. That doesn't mean quit your job. It doesn't mean run away from your life. It means make a plan, right? The moon, indirect to Mars and Saturn. What are you doing? How are you doing it, right? Figure it out. Because if you're not creating what's bringing you joy, what are you actually creating, really? Okay, look, Sunday. We've got the devil. We've got the Nine of Cups. The devil is about attachments. The devil is about... So here's the deal. The devil is the 3D aspect of attached love, right? We see the lovers here. And this is a card of attachments, right? It can be a card of belief. It can be a card of, like something that you're attached to, right? The thing you can't get past, whatever it is you can't heal, whatever you can't get over. Sometimes because that's where you belong, right? So we've got the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. This is a card of I know exactly what I need to fill my cup, right? And if this is something that you're attached to, you need to really worry about, well, I won't say worry, but you need to really pay attention to what that is. What's holding you back? What's keeping you out of alignment from your own wish fulfillment? What's keeping you out of alignment from your own emotional fulfillment, right? We talked about this. Mercury squares Pluto while Mercury is in Aries, and then Mercury moves into Taurus. In the meantime, the Leo moon is indirect Venus and then trines Chiron. What story are you telling? What story are you telling, right? How are your internal expressions creating what you speak, right? Is it what you say? No. Is it what you feel? Yes, right? And as Mercury moves into Taurus, don't be so rigid in your story, right? Don't be a martyr. Don't be a martyr. Level up. Lose your complex and fill your cups, right? Allow your cups to be filled. Don't be a martyr. It's very simple. It sounds that way anyway, doesn't it? Don't be a martyr. Let go. You know, dude, look at all this. You know what you want. It's all over. The writing is on the wall, dude. Dude, buckle up. It is a buckle up kind of week. Next week, I will say this, Jupiter conjuncts Neptune. And if you don't understand that that's some amplifier energy, yeah, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, Neptune, the planet of giant bigness, the capacity for that event horizon to be amazingly shifted and changed by the end of the week after next. It is huge, and we've got that Libra moon coming up. Anyway, this week, buckle up. This is a week of really diving into what, again, want, need, desire, but in a very practical way. We've got Mars and Saturn so close together, really giving that Pluto amplification. So here's the deal. If you're not down with it yet, please get that way. Please get that way. Get aligned. Are you aligned is really the question of this week. Are you aligned? And if you're not aligned, you're really, really going to feel it this week, like thumb screws, right? Let's have a little conversation about, God, these cards are so beautiful, aren't they? The inner temple, life lessons. I go within my shadow for deep spiritual growth. The star words here are echo, growth, and glow. Beautiful. Embrace and integrate both the light and dark within. Really? Say it isn't so. This encourages you to dive deeply into your shadow and to discover your limiting beliefs. Really? Say it isn't so. Sabotaging behaviors and patterns that no longer serve you. Face your shadow with an open heart. Be authentic, but don't beat yourself up, right? We know this. Heal your core with self-compassion and have gratitude for your lessons and blessings. As within, so without. Meditation can bring awareness, answers, and peace. Your inner oracle endorses devotional prayer. Prayerful, intuitive meditation practice will fast-track your spiritual growth. Well, here's the deal. We have spirit. I mean, we have spirit always, but in every one of these pairings, right, there is the opportunity to dig in to your highest, right? To grow, to have that opportunity. I mean, and bottom line is buckle up, because high road, low road, right? How are you going to get there? It's all spelled out for you. There's so much drawing you forward, inviting you to create, handing you the opportunities, right? So it is up to you. What are you working on? Are you aligned, right? Are you aligned? You know, threes, I always see threes as really powerful, solid foundations, especially the Three of Pentacles, right? Think about that little three, like a tripod stool, right? They're so stable. So what a beautiful place, right? To set your cup, to create what you want from your heart and let it grow, right? What are you attached to? What stories are you telling? And what do you need to move away from so that you can have not just one cup, but all the cups, all the pentacles? They're all here. Oh, I like this reading, guys. It was a good one. Again, right? Are you aligned? Are you? I hope so. I hope so. Big blessings. We will talk about Venus moving into Pisces. We will definitely talk about Jupiter conjuncting Neptune. Until then, stay in your alignment, right? Stay in your alignment. Big blessings.